Hello, mic check. Is this thing on? I think it is. I think it's working. This is something new. Welcome to episode number 1 of ItzChrisJones Speaks, hosted by yours truly, Chris Jones himself. This is this should be entertaining. This is really nothing. I just decided to turn on a mic and just sit in front of it and talk. I think I'm going to use this time frame, unlimited time frame or whatever, to talk about my frustrations with gaming. As we all know, man, video games are in a current state of mind, or a current state where they're the biggest thing in the world right now. They're one of the biggest things. They are taking over. Video games are taking over. Now, I've stated multiple times across multiple videos on this channel how big gaming is going, and we're just in the foregrounds, the beginning parts of it. We're in the beginning. We think of golden age gaming in 2010, 2011 and 12, but no, that was like the golden YouTube era of gaming. That was right before, like, you know, where YouTube was kind of gaining its ground and its wings, and we've had YouTubers that were just starting out that are big now, and YouTubers who were big then are even bigger now. I mean, like, that was just the YouTube golden age. But gaming, we're at a whole new level now. It's esports in gaming. Every game out there has almost like an esports team and organization, and we're on the stage where everybody wants to be the next big gamer, which is where the companies have decided to take advantage. Because now, gaming now is all about metas. Gaming now is all about, like, who can be the most sweaty individual of all time. That's what it's about right now. That's it. That's all it's about right now. Is no longer I'm going to play this game because I enjoy it. It's no longer I'm going to play this game because I just want to have fun or I want to troll. It's I'm going to play this game to be the sweatiest individual ever, so I can upload it to my TikTok, and I can upload it to my YouTube, and I can stream my game, and I hope to get found by FaZe or Optic one day and join the clan and compete in esports for the money of the all time. Same thing with Madden, with 2K. It's not just Call of Duty, it's Madden, 2K. It's really any game. I think it's any game out there, but it's just those three right there are just like the sweatiest of the sweats. You know, people sweat in Madden, and it's crazy because people sweat in Madden, and their goal isn't even to become a Madden professional and play Madden for a living. They just are copying their favorite Madden pro and trying to incorporate it and become them. Same thing with 2K. The people aren't trying to play 2K to become, like, find their own lane. They're just copying their favorite YouTuber, and they want to be as close to him as possible. Same in Call of Duty. It's not about finding my own class setup, finding my own play style, my own settings. It's about, who is that sweaty person? Oh, look at him. He just got 40. He just dropped a 40 bomb in Warzone using this specific class. I need to go pick up that class that he's using, and so I can go and try to get my 40. Oh, look at the way he's moving. There's no originality anymore. I think gaming, as big as it's becoming, it's training and molding us as a community to become robots. to become robots. Now I know you're saying, there's no way on God's green earth am I a robot. Well, these games are programming themselves to be played a certain way. We then have the relatable one, the relatable source, who teaches us how to play that specific way. And well, then you get to this point where every game you play, everybody plays the same. Use the same guns, use the same plays, use the same playbooks, use the same shots, the same animations, whatever. Now, I'm just talking about the 3 games that I play. Madden, 2K, Call of Duty. Those are my 3. That's my big 3. That when I'm about to get on a game, one of them 3 games is getting played. Now, there are some miscellaneous games. The Quarry, Hitman, there's miscellaneous single player games that pop up on a channel. But mainly, we are a 3-headed monster. And our seasons, and we have seasons. That's another thing. The games now have seasons. You have to be able to manage a season. Now, we are at a stage now where my 3 big games that I play are out of season. Call of Duty is out of season. Madden is really out of season. It's about to begin a new season. 2K is out of season. Now, I know it's going to be some people that be like, man, why don't you just play different games? You got to think outside the box. You have to get outside the box. And you're right. I do have to get outside the box. I do have to expand my gaming horizon. There's plenty of good games out here that are worth the time, the effort, everything. And I get it. There are. But you have to understand something. For me to do what I'm trying to do, I'm not sweaty enough or good enough to become the next big gamer. I have to become the next big YouTuber. And I have to build a following based off of the things that are based off of my strengths. And I've noticed through time and trials and tests that my greatest strength is my voice. My greatest strength is my opinions based off the games that I play. So I don't have the, how should I say? I don't have the option or the choice really to just upload random games and just play them. Because quite frankly, a lot of YouTube watchers nowadays, they aren't watching simple gameplays anymore. Not new generation YouTubers. Now, old generation YouTubers are people who are out there who are of an older crowd or was on YouTube prior to where YouTube is now. When you were on YouTube, when it was still in a come up, in its golden age, then yes, you appreciate and you enjoy actual gameplays. Seeing somebody play a game, seeing somebody like live play a game, but this was pre-streaming. Now streaming is here. And you fall into that category where somebody will sit there and watch somebody stream for 8, 9 hours, 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours and enjoy every moment of it. But for that same individual to watch a 40-minute YouTube video on a game, it's rough. Attention span has shrunk. Attention span has shrunk. Shout out to TikTok. TikTok was a cause of that in a little bit. Vine, back in the day, that was a cause of it, where you had to create things and content within a time frame. Within a time frame. And we live in a microwave society right now, where everybody want to be done quick and fast. And you want it to be good at the same time. Good things take time. Good things take time. And that ties in, and that analogy actually ties into the next thing that I'm going to say is gaming, even though it's at this all-time high, going higher, the quality is diminishing greatly. And why is it diminishing greatly? Well, we are at fault of that. Not only we, but the investors into the companies are. We as a consumer are. And we want everything fast. I mean, that's just the truth. We do. We want everything fast. And because we want everything fast, the investors put the pressure and the fire on the developers of each company out there. And this is why we get yearly releases. Think about, especially with the 3 games that I play. Now, I'm sure there's some gamers out there who play a series of games where a yearly release is great. But technically speaking, I think I could say for all games that a need for a yearly release is not needed, especially towards sports games. It's not needed. It's not needed. You know, thinking about sports games, we really just need a roster update. You can update the roster, you can update hairstyles and tattoos or whatever you need to do. But y'all issue is with the sports game is that every year you try to change the way the game is played instead of just patching and fixing things on one game and moving on from that. Say for instance, Madden. Instead of having Madden 22, Madden 23, Madden 24, Madden whatever, I can't even be 25 because we already got Madden 25. But you know, instead of going in these yearly releases, why don't you just imagine a game just being called Madden NFL football, and you load Madden up, and instead of every year they're selling you a new dream for you to buy their game, this is going to be the greatest year of Madden yet. How about they just update throughout the season? We're seeing it a little bit. We've seen it a little bit. We've seen it a little bit with COD and Warzone. We're seeing it with Warzone, really, just Warzone. With the seasons thing, that's good. The seasons thing is good. Now, instead of releasing a new game with new seasons, just continue to add seasons to a current game and just see what happens. One thing that I can say, that I can speak on for myself, is switch up. And by switch up, I mean the UI change. Sometimes you get tired of looking at the same screen, the same startup menu, hearing the same songs. Maybe one day we can look at something else. Yeah, you know, maybe one day we can look at something else. Maybe one day, instead of you know, having to put a whole new idea behind a paywall, why don't you just, you know, make us pay once? You know, and this could be a topic for a whole nother day. This could be a whole nother series, a whole nother episode. But the pricing. Why are you making us as consumers pay for a game that is not finished? Why do we have to pay full price for a game you are going to update within a week of its release? I understand the workforce in the world right now is understaffed. A lot of people have gotten away from jobs because of COVID. A lot of people have learned how to become self-employed and manage themselves without the help of a company because of COVID. I get that. But there's also a lot of people out there looking for jobs. Do you know how many people that walk this earth, male, female, black, white, Hispanic, whatever ethnicity, race, anything, do you know how psyched somebody would be to be a full-time game tester? Do you know how many applicants you would have if you promoted game testing? Where literally somebody's job for 8 hours, 40 hours a week, 8 hours a day, is to sit at a monitor, TV, computer screen, or whatever game of their whatever like projection of their choice, and got to test a game before it's released. Because games come out every week. Every week there's a game that drops, and you could have seasons inside that company where you know, we all know fall and winter is the hot season for gaming. Everybody in the house, all the games are gonna drop. It's gonna be most likely fire, or they're gonna gain steam because ain't nobody got nothing to play. They looking for something to play, and then we know the summer month's gonna be a little bit slow. To get a game that's great that comes out in the summertime that forces people in the house instead of forces them out, that's hard. But if you can have a game that is a summer game that actually can keep somebody in the house playing it, you are a great game. Because it's summertime. People are just looking for an opportunity to go outside. Shoot, even me, I'm one of the biggest homebody gamer loners you can ever meet in your life. And I even thought about going outside today. I thought about just going and walking around the park, because it's literally, I get off work and it is nothing that can grab my attention for me to play a game. Nothing. And that's why the frustrations of gaming is where it's at, because everything is just about money. No quality anymore. People do not care about quality. And because of the lack of quality, things just aren't fun. They just aren't fun. Now I know the 3 games you play, who could even enjoy any of them games? But you can say that about any game. It's about what matters to you. What is fun to you? What is enjoyable to you? What is your interest? Yes, I like to play a basketball game. I like to play a football game. I like to play Call of Duty. All 3 of these games, yeah, they're not really strategic based. They're not really strategic based. It's little strategy involved, but not that much, you know. Then there are strategy games out there that I may enjoy, but I may not enjoy. But the whole point is, I get it on my behalf. It's about taking a leap of faith. I get that. But to spend money on a game that you may or may not want, it's that. I think a fix for these gaming communities, I think a fix, and this is something that developers out there, if they ever listen to this, and if this ever even blows up, I don't know how many views I'm going to get on this. I'm projecting very little, because the time is going to kill people. When they see the time of this video, that's going to run you away. But if you don't made it to this point, I rocks with you. We family. But I think the fix is something that they used to do that they stopped doing, and that's demos. What happened to demos? Demos used to be everything to me. Do you remember when we were younger and you were going to your local Target or Walmart and You would go to the game section and would have the display out there of the Xbox or the PS2 or the PS3. And you would have to play a game, but it would only be the demo. You would only get to play the demo. And you would be so hyped for that game. Oh my goodness. I remember going into Target and playing NBA Live 06 before it came out. Just the demo when they would give you 2-minute quarters. Oh my God. I would play them 2-minute corners the whole time my mom is in Target. The whole time. Just, I can't wait till this game comes out. It brings an excitement. Now they try to excite us by gameplay trailers and showing how good the game looks. We are in 2022. We know the graphics of games is going to be over the top. We all got 4K TVs or 4K monitors, PCs, PS5s, and Xbox Series X and S's. We know the graphics is never going to be an issue with the game. How does it play? How does it play though? Does it simulate real life, or are we playing an arcade? And I think that's what frustrates some of the gaming community that's on my side of the spectrum the most, is that we are playing these games because they're the closest thing to a simulation of a real life game that we just watched. Army games should be simulations of real life armies. At least that's what I think. And I know Rainbow Six and Battlefield strike the, how should I say? They strike the narrative. They hit it. They're much better with having their game feel more realistic. And Battlefield really has the opportunity to really snatch a lot of COD members from Call of Duty, but they're fumbling the bag. They're fumbling it. They keep choking. They're choking. Battlefield had it with the graphics in 2012. They had the graphics in 2012. The issue with Battlefield was, I don't know what happens in the gaming community. I don't know how it like turns out or gets. I just know that, you know, it has to be a point in time where you got to, I don't know, how should I say this? I understand you don't want to feel like something else. But if and this is where I feel like I understand competition is what makes greatness happen, because you have something to fight. You have something to fight against. But what if like these games combine, like these games in the same genre combined their knowledge and just became a one company type thing? Like if you took Battlefield and Call of Duty and you meshed it together, I think you would have one of the greatest Call of Duties ever made. Because it'll be just a little bit, it'll be just enough of realism in simulation from real life army, and then just enough of arcadey fakeness that draws the fake people. And then you put it together into one beautiful blend. Now the question is, what's a beautiful blend? And that's just something you need to find out. That's something that you have to find out. That's something that needs to be done. But like Madden, you know, and like Madden bothers me because one, they're the only game that can get released. And then two, real life concepts do not apply to Madden. Now, I don't know if that's by design to keep the game fun or whatever, or they think that keeps the game fun, or what their reasoning is really. I would really like to sit down with a Madden developer and kind of ask them, like, why is it that realism is hard to implement into a game? Because for my fellow Madden players out there, we understand and we know, we are not necessarily all football coaches, football minds, or know the game of football, the X's and O's of football like regular. And some of us look to learn that. Some of us out there may research different defensive schemes that are in real life and how it's ran and the job and the goal of it. And we want to use that into Madden. But then you get on Madden and you call a cover 3. And the safety does not guard anything. Or the corner that's in an outside third does not see this post route that's running directly to his outside third. He's instead sinking down and doubling on an out route or something, when there's a purple zone there. You see where I'm getting at? And the only way in the past to kind of stop a cover 3 was to deep half your outside third, make him play like a cover 2. But it's like, in real life, if a cornerback was in an outside third, I believe his job is to take everything away outside the numbers, deep down the field. That would be his job. With a gray area. I know there's a gray area. It has to be some type of gray area. But when I play Madden, somebody can draw up an offense where my outside third is going to double down into the flat and not play his zone remotely close. And I get it. According to the beta news, zones are very overpowered. And then that goes into a whole nother spiel about the microwave society as far as being easy and convenient. People have stopped wanting to figure out how to become great. They have stopped figuring that out. They have stopped wanting to figure it out. They want the handout. They want somebody to tell them to be great, do this. And there's nothing wrong with getting guidance. But even with the most guidance, there's going to be some things that you're going to have to figure out on your own. And that's what the gaming community nowadays, they just can't do it. And because they can't do it, the developers don't even want people to try to do it anymore. They just hand it right over. Every game, except I guess Elden Ring was like the most recent game that has recently came out that is actually difficult. Like, it's made difficult on purpose, and it doesn't really help you. And it got great reviews and has become a great game. So you would think every game would follow that method. Like, okay, so it is possible to make an infuriating, difficult game, but still be successful with it because it's so rewarding, or it feels so rewarding at the end. Now, I don't know how it feels personally, but it seems like when you finally beat Elden Ring, it's a rewarding feeling. Like, oh my God, I did it. If every game adopted that mentality, where would the gaming industry be? Where do you think the gaming industry would be if games implemented, you know what, going into our next game, we're going to make this game hard and rewarding. We're going to show you the basics. I mean, extremely basics of how to play the game. And then it's up to you to figure out how to achieve nirvana, per se. I think if games did that, it would bring a whole new element. It would really make people, it would show you who's a true gamer and who's a spam gamer. There's two things. True gamers and spam gamers. A true gamer takes a game for what it is, learns how to adjust to the game that is going to, and then become great. Spam gamer gets on a game, don't even want to learn about anything. They just want to learn the spam of the game that's they want to learn what's broken in the game and abuse that broken responsibility. And that's where I get on the developers for it. This is why you need, like I mentioned earlier, game testers. Have individuals test your games like all the way. Even when you are about to release it and it's a finished product, you have somebody test them joints. And I'm not talking about people who are you're paying them. Like, the only reason why they're successful is because of your game. We don't need none of them. We need actual game testers. People who actually care about the gaming industry, the gaming community. Not the sellouts. We need the actual people who will criticize your game if it sucks. They don't care how much. They understand the work and everything that you put in, but they don't care. You developed something trash. Go refix this. And I get it. Oh, one person's not going to make a difference. Well, if we have a group, a team of individuals saying, I don't really enjoy this game. Now we can kind of, okay, we got a call, so we need to go back to the drawing board a little bit. We need to fix some things. Instead, you get the sellouts who you're already paying a whole bunch of money to come test your game. Why would I say your game suck if you paying me? This is a great game. Yes. This is a great game, and even though I don't think it's that great of a game, and I think it actually really sucks, and I think it really needs to be changed, but because you putting food on my table, I get to travel vacations whenever I want, my girl loves me, my wife loves me, I'm just having a great time on my life, got to move my mama out the hood, or I got to move my mama into a brand new house. I'm not doing nothing against you. Now, we got to play hot garbage for the next 12 months because you refuse to even give the game any bit of criticism as far as this is no. This just isn't a no. Just a no. So, I mean, I could really sit and I can go on and on about these frustrations of gaming and why it's a very frustrating experience. But this was just off the muscle. You know, I just came and sat in front of a mic right now. So my ideas were probably all over the place and they're just all over. And I'm just speaking to you as the ideas are popping into my head right now. But depending on the success of this and how this goes and how the YouTube community kind of views this type of video style, my effort may increase. I may actually come up with ideas and sit and I talk about them and we move on from there. But a 30 odd minute video that's just straight talking and trying to see and just voicing frustrations that's out here for me in the games that I play, it's a start. But if you made it to this point of the video, you made it to this part of the video, Just let me know. And and how you gonna let me know is strictly, what is this? If you had to play a game for 1 year straight, every single day, what game would that be?